Any minute now. We'll see. 1-1, best stage or worst stage? It's probably somewhere near worst, honestly.
I mean, it's the first stage, so I don't really know if I'd say either. Like, it just exists. But yeah, we are off in this match, and you'll notice both of them going to pick up that mushroom, and the goal here in World 1 is to pick up a mushroom somewhere so that they can pick up a tail in the fort.
Yep. We're going to use that tail to get the whistle in the fort. We're not allowed to use it, but we can collect it. It's faster than beating Boom Boom there.
Alright, on to 1-2, little optimization there from Cujo. He was able to get early P speed. He also did a slightly faster but much riskier strat in 1-1 to jump over the piranha plant a little bit faster. He did risk, running into it and dying. But that is one thing. That's one thing. I guess I'll kind of because pretty good friends with both of these. You'll kind of notice in these World 1s, it was a very nice one fort from Cujo, and a very nice one from Glib as well. Cujo is very much, every optimization, no matter how big the risk, go for it. Glib is a much more calculated runner. You're gonna see him maybe not doing the super optimized strat, but he'll lose a couple frames to make sure he doesn't lose a big chunk of time.
And even then, though, because we saw Cujo, like you said, he made the atomic waffle jump in the fortress. He's been doing a couple of other things from 1-1 and beyond, and he's already basically got a fanfare on Glib at this point.
Yeah. And that could... an unfortunate death from Cujo.
Hate to see that happen.
But yeah, as I was saying just before that happened, the way Cujo kind of plays, on that knife's edge, a lot of these, save some frames here, save some frames here, it does add up, but at the same time, he's taking a lot more risks. Which, much like falling off that platform there, might end up coming back to bite him and allow Glib to, catch up and get back into the game, as it were.
Glib saving some frames, getting that fire flower at the end after getting the chests.
Yep,
Giving the king the business, though.
Yeah, little animal abuse there from Glib.
Cujo gets the jump. Both of those completely meaningless, all swag.
Yep. Does absolutely nothing other than look cool. But yeah, as you'll kind of notice, Glib's coming into this with a fire flower, and Cujo is not, and that was purely due to luck. The Hammer Bros, depending on where you fight them on the screen, sometimes they'll have power-ups hidden in the blocks that you fight them on. So Glib got a little bit lucky. Saves, I think it's a little less than half a second by getting that fire flower, because basically whenever you kill the Hammer Bro, the game sets a timer that runs out, and as soon as that timer's over, no matter what you're doing, it ends the stage. Well, you can pick up the fire flower and save the...
Why?
Basically the animation of grabbing the fire flower. And looks like we're just about even after that unfortunate fire kill attempt from Glib.
He got too close, and Larry made him pay.
Yeah, look at the sync. Cujo is at a slight advantage still because he did keep his fire flower. And if he can keep that at least through the fort, he'll be able to save a little bit more time.
Yeah, Cujo will just be able to use that fire flower, get the fire kill on Boom Boom. He'll have a little bit of an advantage even beyond that, just being able to throw fireballs at Goombas and whatnot in his way, so he doesn't have to stop and jump, build up P-speed a little faster, little things like that. They are in 2-1 now, though. It's a really awkward P-speed build at the beginning, because you basically run into a wall and then jump. But both of them handling it.
Yeah, very clean stage from both of them. Moving into probably my least favorite stage, at least in the first, 2 or 3 worlds just because of this slide right here. It's really easy to fall into the quicksand there with the piranha plant.
I don't like it because of the way that platform over the water like eats all of your momentum when you try and jump to that first Paracupa.
Yeah, Cujo with another slight little hiccup there, fell in the water, lost a little bit of time on Glib, but it's nothing too major.
So I want to see the P-Speed strats. I think Glib stomps the first dry bones. Or not.
Glib's not even setting up for a P-Speed strat there. That's interesting. Cujo gets the very nice early P-Speed. That is much more difficult than he just made that appear. Depending on the setup, I'm not sure about Cujo's. There are some setups that are actually sub-pixel dependent, whether or not you'll be able to get P-Speed. So, definitely not trivial. Now you'll kind of see the
near sync into the room.
The benefit of having fire here, and our first boom boom kill of the run. You see, Cujo was able to dispatch him with fire. It saved a pretty healthy amount of time over Glib. Now Cujo moving into 2-3 with a very interesting strat here. The red rocket. Oh no! So the idea behind the red rocket is if he would have been able to carry that all the way to the end of till this section here, he would have actually been able to clear out those blocks a lot faster, because if you kick a shell with P-Speed, it maintains the speed from like that Mario has. Ooh, that is a very
Both of them.
Yeah. Interesting. But the problem is you're carrying the shell through, and it causes a lot of lag. So it actually only saves frames if you're able to get it. But yeah, now both of them into the infamous sun level. And you'll kind of notice before they entered this level, they both basically just walked past a hammer bro. And I know what you're thinking. Like, how did they do that? They're cheating. Well, no. On a screen transition like that, you can actually buffer an input, like a map direction, and you will be able to, go right over the hammer bro before the game really even realizes that, hey, you're supposed to be fighting a hammer bro here.
Yeah, just literally hold the direction down on NES. I don't think it works on SNES, but on NES you just hold it down and you go and you do that.
Yeah, I don't believe it works on SNES either. But yeah, you'll notice both of them went to 2-4. The difference between 2-4 and 2-5 is not very much. 2-4 is slightly faster by maybe about a half second. So basically, they both went to 2-4 just because of where the Hammer Bros are. And we didn't really explain it, but in this world, there's 2 Hammer Bros. There's 3, but we're only going to be able to see 2 of them in this run. And one of them is a music box, which is the one that they were able to both skip by buffering past it. And then they both picked up this one that Glib is fighting right now, which is a hammer, which is very important. They're going to use that to skip a very long stage later in the run. It is possible... it is possible for them to have gotten that hammer before 2-3, which would have been faster. It is, it's something we've termed early hammer, but it's very uncommon, and it's pure luck. In this game, the Hammer Brother movements are 100% luck. There's currently talks of strats developed to potentially manipulate the World 2 Bros, but right now no one's really there's really no way for a human to manipulate the Bros, so which is a big part of the kind of luck factor in Warpless. And a lot of the routing, especially in a race like this that's going to come in Warpless, is just due to, what kind of bro luck did I get? Did I fight an extra music box? I have one later. Like, how many stars did I fight? Do I pick up, like, the P-Wing here or there? Like, different things like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of just on-the-fly decisions you have to make based on where the Hammer Brothers move and what they let you do.
Yep, and coming up in World 3, there's probably the other, like, biggest part, like, Hammer Bro luck. Very nice fire kill from Cujo. That is definitely not trivial. But yeah, coming up here in World 3, it's very critical that they end up fighting both of these bros, and they don't die. Because you'll see these bridges as they enter the world, and at the end of, after you complete a stage, Hammer Bro, or if you die, the bridges go up or down, just alternate up or down. And we have basically it set up so that we fight everything, we go through all of the stages, and then the bridges are set up that we can cloud over 3-6, which is a long auto scroller, and move straight onto 3-8.
Shoutouts to Cujo for getting that. Like, is it a 1-frame jump?
That's
when
a
you
one.
start the level.
Yep, that is like, it's like 25 frames.
25 frames.
Yeah.
That's like 1.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 1-frame jump, and I want to say it saves something like 20 or 25 frames.
Ah, that's still good. It's pure swag one way or the other. Honestly, it just looks good. So Cujo is going into 3-2 now. It looks like he's going for one of the P-Speed setups. It's not easy to get, but obviously Mario's arms are out right now. This stage most notably shows off how well designed the hitboxes on the Cheep Cheeps are, because sometimes they'll just jump through Mario, go right through his feet, and Mario will take some damage for no real reason other than the game decided it should happen. You also get to see from that display there, Cujo getting that early P-Speed, basically picking up a ton of time on Glib. Just P-Speed is that good in this game. The game really is P-Speed. Don't lose it.
Yeah, but yeah, as Cab was saying, Cheep Cheeps are really annoying. It's just, yeah, 3-2 is definitely a stage that if something goes wrong, it usually goes just catastrophically wrong. Oh, Glib. Okay, he's okay.
Okay, there we go. Don't want to fall in the water with Boss Bass in 3-3. It's just not a good idea.
Yeah, you're in for a bad time there. All right, Cujo forgoing the 3rd door, going down to the 6th door. See what strats Glib's got here.
Good fortress from Cujo.
All right, Glib running right past the 3rd door as well. It is possible to enter the 3rd door, and re-enter it on the other side. You'll basically come out over the water there, in one of those doors that's just like suspended in midair. And you have 1 frame to re-enter that door, and it'll take you straight to Boom Boom. All right, Glib kind of hedging his bets here. As I said before, we want to make sure one of those bros doesn't run away. So he's going to lose a little bit of time either way doing this, but now he's basically ensuring that the Star Bro doesn't run away. Just like it did on Cujo's screen. That's quite unfortunate. Now he's going to have to die here and hope that Bro doesn't come back and get in his way.
Glib going to fight the hammer holding Bro first, rather than going up to fight the Bro that was standing there available.
Yeah, that is the smarter play, because it would be less map movements to get back to it, and there was no chance for it to run away at that point because of the movement it gave him.
Well, they move 1 spot, I guess.
Yeah, they'll move 1 square. But so yeah, basically, they can't move over a completed level, or a spade game, like the matching, or not the matching game, but like the card game.
And I think they can't
really
move over Mario either.
No, they can move onto Mario.
But I don't think they can pass.
Yeah, but if they move on to you, you're just gonna fight them.
Yeah.
So this is another thing to note is Cujo is small. We'll see if he. Oh, that's unfortunate. Mistimed that jump a little bit. Took an unfortunate death. Glib with the very nice H jump. But yeah, Cujo is small, and Glib does have fire, which and it does not look like Cujo's gonna grab the backup mushroom here. So coming up is Wendy at the end of the World 3 airship, and Wendy is one of the easier fire kills. One that I'm pretty sure every runner does. mostly because Wendy as a jump kill is absolutely terrifying.
Like, literally terrifying. Wendy throws the bracelets around. I'm sure a lot of people have seen that by now. But she tends to throw them right after she becomes vulnerable, which is, of course, the fastest point in time to go and stomp her. There is an opening there, but if you don't know how to get it, if you're not like really confident in it, you are really likely to just basically get owned by Wendy.
Yeah, it's very easy, like not having fire, to just die on Wendy. Also, shout outs to Mr. Cab's hat on the back of the king there.
Yo.
Cujo playing with fire, jumping down in front of that bullet bill.
So the other thing that's unfortunate about that, for the unawares out there, if you die on an airship in this game, it will move to another spot on the map. It's not going to stay at that castle and wait for you to just come back. And there's a reasonable chance it tries to go behind a stage you haven't cleared yet. And in World 3, there's a whole bunch of stages you didn't clear when you skipped 3-6. So Cujo going to have to take this maybe a little careful. We'll see if he goes all in.
Yeah, I do know, I did see Cujo doing some Small Mario Warpless runs the other day. So, like, I'm assuming he is at least, somewhat well practiced here. And very nice jump kill. Just going right at it, no fear.
Here I am talking about how hard it is to kill Wendy with you, and he makes us both liars. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
It's not the first time, so...
Yeah. World 4. Giant Island, or it's Big Island, right? It's a fun little world, giant-sized enemies.
Yeah, everyone's favorite world as a kid.
So I'm vaguely aware that was the safer P-speed strat that Glib just didn't get. I don't know what Cujo's going to go for. He's not going for that leaf, though.
He was setting up for the same P-speed strat.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. That is a very cool looking strat whenever it works too.
So Glib on to 4-2. 3-2's ugly cousin.
Unfortunately, was not able to pick up that ice block, so he couldn't despawn that piranha plant, but still makes it through that stage very well, very nicely. Excuse me. Cujo with a nice despawn there, picking up both ice blocks. Those ice blocks have really mechanics, and you can basically use them to overload the sprite count in the game and despawn enemies. We'll see that a little bit later in the game as well. Glib onto the best stage in the game.
Everybody says that, but this is really only the best stage if you actually practice it and know P-speed. But once you do, it looks glorious.
Yeah, it is an absolutely incredible stage. It was the stage that, like, whenever I learned the stage, it was the first time I ever sat back and went, wow, I feel like a speedrunner.
So they both got the hammer. Cujo did get that hammer bro in World 3, so they're both going to be skipping the World 4 Fortress.
Yep.
Going into 4-4, the second of 2 water levels you will see in this run. This one featuring our good friend Lakitu and his spiny eggs.
Unfortunate hit there from Glib. Jumped a little bit late, trying to bounce off a Lakitu. And
wow.
Okay, he was able to avoid that snipe. Lakitu is not very friendly, and he does like to try to snipe you at the very end of the stage there. Glib clearly not calling for no sniperino.
Already lost fire in that stage, but Cujo's working his way through it now too. Glib fighting his first sledge bro.
Wow, Lakitu is having none of it tonight.
He brought his A game to this race. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, man, an arm like that, the Mets should probably sign him.
Oof, too soon. So the Hammer Brother situation here is the last 2 bros in World 4 and the first 2 bros in World 5 as pairs have the same items, a P-Wing and a star each. But you really only want one of the P-Wings, so a lot of runners will use that music box they got from World 3 here to put those 2 bros to sleep and just get past them both.
Yeah, basically both runners saw that there was no way they were going to be able to avoid the star, so they would rather put them both to sleep now and just kind of play their luck, press their luck in World 5.
Good Fortress. 4-6, I think, is just straight up a faster level than 4-5. The only benefit of 4-5 is it has fire, but you can get fire in this Fortress anyway.
Yeah, 4-5 is just an awkward stage altogether. It's actually faster to go through it without P-Speed. There is a really awkward and weird P-Speed strat for 4-5, but it doesn't even save time, so... Alright, now we're on to the World 4 airship. Moves at a blistering 15 pixels a second.
Glib already in chat proving all the things you can do while riding this airship.
Yeah, I've seen selfies, I've seen...
Did anybody ever buy that washer-dryer combo?
I'm not sure. Like, I'd have to, like, Glib's here, and he apparently has time. Glib, do you know if anybody bought the washer-dryer combo?
If you don't know what we're talking about, check the video from SUDQ15. Shopping trips on the couch. It was amazing. It is worth noting on this airship, besides the fact it's moving really slow, you see the runners collecting some coins. We haven't talked about coin ships yet. I'm sure a lot of people know about them in Mario 3, but you basically want to not have a multiple of 11 coins and have that same factor with 11 as the tens digit of your score. When there are normal Hammer Brothers on the map, World 5 and World 6 both have normal Hammer Brothers, so just stay off of multiples of 11 coins. It's a good idea to do that. With 11 coins on this airship, you can just kind of set your delta from 11, whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, which the objective, like, Cujo has the objectively correct coin count at the end of World 4.
I think it's hilarious that number basically is routed into the run at this point.
Yeah, it works out so perfectly.
Tebow broke his hand. Don't worry about it, chat. Okay. Speaking of amazing hitboxes, this is Iggy.
Yeah,
Lib avoiding the smoke ring.
Iggy, kind of like Cheep Cheeps, jumps up really fast at times. So it's possible... Ooh, Cujo going for the fire kill and taking an unfortunate hit. But yeah, it's possible for Iggy to jump... if he jumps at the wrong time or you kind of hit him at the wrong time, he jumps so fast that the game doesn't really have a chance to register that, like, Mario's feet hit him. And he just kind of clips into Mario's hitbox, and the next time the game realizes it, you know, Mario's hitbox is inside of an enemy, and it's like, yo, you're not supposed to be here, you took damage. So yeah, on to World 5. Unfortunate hit there from Cujo, because he will now be going without fire for basically the entirety of World 5. The next one isn't until
5-7.
5-7.
Glib able to use his fire at the end of 5-1, get rid of some of these white piranha plants. What are they, the nippers?
Yeah.
Cujo just has to dodge. All right, 5-2. This stage has two paths, one up, one down. You want to never see anything lower than that in this stage, what you just saw on Glib's screen. Everything down there leads to sorrow and badness, and I think it was Cujo who did the routing down there?
Yeah, Cujo actually routed out a P-Speed strat for the Pit of Despair. And yeah, it's still incredibly slow, and it's incredible. Like, if you have a chance to try, like, I think it's on his YouTube. Like, look it up because it looks amazing to watch somebody do it, but there's no way I would ever want to try and do it.
I believe the proper strat, even knowing that P-Speed strat and being good at it, is to take an intentional death as soon as possible to try it again.
Yeah, it is. It's incredibly slow going through there. Very nice fort from Glib. Very nice fort from Cujo. one of my favorite stages there.
Ground Fort is just so much fun. It's so satisfying because it's a really easy stage to actually work out the P-Speed strat for. And it's just satisfying when you're just kind of getting into all the P-Speed strats to be able to, blaze a trail through that stage. Glib, unfortunately, here, running into the second Hammer Brother on the ground. Cujo is likely to not fight the second one, given that it's between the fort and 5-3 at this point. So, Cujo picking up some time.
Yeah, Cujo made back a little bit of time there. But again, he is small coming into this. So he will have to stop and pick up some power-ups along the way. Oh, Glib. You know what? I'll give him credit. He went for it, and I appreciate that. Glib going for the Sunday sequence break.
There's a little glitch from the opening video of the Sunday sequence break where you can go in the side of that pipe and it transitions you to the next area.
Yeah, very nice tower from Cujo. Having to wait a little bit there. You notice him kind of hitting another couple blocks to reset his coin count there again. Now you get to see where the Skybro is. Now both runners are going to want to fight this Skybro. He does have a music box, so we will need one for World 7. And since both runners use the one that you get from the Princess...
What is Cujo?
He just died, unfortunately, in 5-4. Looks like he fell off of one of those platforms. This stage is...
He overjumped the Paracoopa and got knocked in by a rotary lift.
Yep. This is one of the hardest stages in the sky. And to be fair, as we move into the sky, none of these stages are particularly difficult. But they're very punishing, as you've seen. Most of them are over open pits. Except for one stage, which is just a fortress inexplicably encased in lava, because I don't know exactly.
Bowser knows the best interior designers. It's the only explanation. "5-7"
I turn my phone calls.
Also is basically not over a pit. I mean, you see clouds and everything, but it's essentially ground.
Yeah, that's fair. Very nice 5-7 from Glib. That P-Speed strat is not trivial at all. You'll notice that Cujo's unfortunately not going to be able to go for it since he had to pick up the Fire Flower. But he is back on track now for power-ups. Glib into the Sky Fort. Ooh, okay. Just gonna wait out that Potaboo.
Sometimes it's better to, caution's the better part of valor.
Yeah. Let's see, none of our runners going for Sky Fort clip. That's not unexpected. There is a clip that you can do at the beginning of the Sky Fort here, that basically will zip you right to Boom Boom. Unfortunately, if you fail it, you just immediately die. So, and it only saves like 6 seconds. Oh no, Glib.
Why? Glib giving a lot of time from 5-4 back.
Yep, with that, Cujo is going to take the lead again.
This race.
Shoutouts to Nintendo Power, because as they do point out, Glib did not pick up the power up and he died. So clearly, Nintendo Power was right when it said you needed that power up at the beginning of 5-8 to make it through the stage.
It's true. Cujo disagrees with Nintendo Power, but Glib got it the second try and he did make it.
Mario doing a little flight there in the World 4 throne room. Both onto the World 5 airship, one of the shorter airships in the game, actually.
World 5 and World 1 as airships themselves are the ones that seem like, relatively normal. There's just like a collection of stuff and some platforming to do. There's no real theme or gimmick to it. The biggest thing on World 5 is probably that gauntlet at the end.
Yeah, and with a very nicely timed jump, you can kind of skip it, as you'll see coming up. But yeah, again, another fortunate airship that fortunately decides to give us our fire flower back. Both runners making it on top of this gauntlet. And again, as we said before, both runners kind of, want to keep an eye on their coin count coming out of World 5, as World 6, again, is another area that you can get a coin ship in. And Roy, the Bartolo Colon of the Mushroom Kingdom, comes in here. He is the first of 2 Koopa kids. He's been hitting the gym, getting those gains, and as you'll kind of notice, the screen shakes every time he hits the ground. And if Mario is on the ground whenever he lands, Mario will get stunned. And it's very possible, just due to the way Roy will just kind of like try and crowd you out and just basically body you. It's very possible to just kind of get stun locked, where 1 hit will become 2, which will become a death. And as Cab said earlier, dying on an airship is probably the worst thing in the game that can happen to you.
I do want to say that Glib said in chat, for the record, he pushed A in 5.8. I think that's a very controversial statement, but we'll believe him for now.
All right, both of our...
World 6, you do pick up that hammer. It's the main reason you don't want to have a coin ship coin count coming into World 6, because as soon as you come out of that pipe to reach it, you will immediately turn it into a coin ship, and that's not what you want.
Yeah, that's bad for the speedrun, as it were.
Really bad.
But yeah.
This fortress itself, obviously there's that damage boost at the very beginning over all the spikes. You might be thinking, but what about the quick kill on Boom Boom? I thought you needed fire for that. Well, in this one, we use a star. Works better.
Everybody say hi, Boom Boom, and bye, Boom Boom. Very nice star kill from both runners. And basically the star actually overloads the Boom Boom's HP, which is why you kind of get that upside down question mark block in the middle of the screen. It's also possible to do that with a hammer suit, but it's a little bit trickier that way. Both runners moving into 6-4 here. Kind of terrifying stage. Those spinners just... They have no remorse, and they will throw you directly into the pit. Cujo with some really awkward bro movements there.
Giving Glib a lot of time back.
Yeah. Glib's basically caught back up now, mostly because the bros... Oh, no! Cujo takes a hit. And Glib takes a hit. What a very stage.
What is going on?
So, yeah, this stage is kind of one of the first of the kind of puzzle levels. And now we kind of see the intended strats, air quotes. Glib taking another hit. You kind of see the intended strats there. What they were both attempting to do there was use the P-Wing and actually despawn one of the little nippers at the top there. Ooh, that's unfortunate on Glib's part as well. He really wanted to be at least Big Mario coming into this next fort.
At least they both avoid that Hammer Brother, so they can skip the Star Bro. Cujo going to show you why this is one of the rare situations you want to keep a tail moving forward. Just fly right under both of these pits. Glib having to wait on the thwomp here to move along.
Yeah, I guess we never really discussed it.
I know.
You'll kind of notice that, unless we're specifically flying somewhere, we don't actually want the tail, basically ever. And it's just due to the tail just in general is slower. Anytime you have the tail and you jump, you do lose a little bit of horizontal speed. And if you have P speed with the tail and jump, the game puts a timer sets a timer, and whenever that timer runs out, no matter where you're at, you lose P speed.
Yeah, Cujo losing the tail at the end of that fort was pretty intentional. 6-8 is a stage you really just need to survive. It doesn't really matter what power-up you come out of it with, because as Cujo is already showing, you're going to use a P-Wing for 6-9 just just fly over the stage. It doesn't even matter. And where you can do a lot of flying in 6 Fort 3, there's some little like coin blocks and one-up mushrooms up at the top of the fortress. Well, it's better to keep P-Speed the whole time, so why have the tail?
Yeah, as you said, you kind of see Cujo taking another intentional hit there to get rid of the tail, and he gets the clip. Very nice, I think, 6-second time save. It basically skips a little vertical auto scroller, like an elevator kind of deal that you have to go through in this room. Glib unfortunately missing it.
So that Glib showing you the extra content Cujo did not want you to see.
Yeah, Glib with the DLC run here.
It's a healthy amount of time. So this is the World 6 airship. It's largely unremarkable. The big thing about this is you want to leave it with a power-up of some sort so that you can do a clip similar to the one you saw in that fortress, although it's kind of from the other direction, in 7-1.
Yep,
although I think at least Glib, probably Cujo, they're going to go for the next clip, I think. Does he have this jump?
Cujo looks like... I don't know. Okay, yep, he's going to be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, this is probably the best airship in the game. And Cujo with a nice little swag clip. Nice little, saves absolutely no time, but you get to set your controller down and not have to worry about anything for a solid, like, 10 or 15 seconds. Alright, Glib setting up for this jump here. And... Oh, Glib! Okay, nope, he's fine.
Okay. Okay, he made it. We're good. Little platforms off the bottom of the screen. I don't know why they put that there, but it works out.
It's just so people can troll Twitch chats with it. Alright, Cujo moving into the Lemmy fight here. No shakes. The run has not been blessed. We'll see if we get any better luck from Glib here.
That is pretty much the strat for Lemmy, though. Stomp the ball, wash, rinse, repeat.
Yep, basically. But yeah, Glib coming into the fight. We'll see how it goes for him. See if we get any shakes.
We have a blitz bot out there calling for the 7-1 first try clip.
No,
we'll see what happens.
No shakes from either runner. That bodes very unfortunately for both runners 7-1s.
Have you been seeing this race? I don't know.
Yeah.
Either one of them having the most luck so far. All right, start counting. Basically, you want to smash Mario's skull into the corner of that block. You don't have to do it 5 times like Cujo just did.
I was gonna say, I think that was 5 tries.
I counted 5.
Yeah.
So Pro A007 is in here. Called for 3 for Glib on the other side of it. Does he have advanced knowledge? Okay,
apparently not. Ooh, Glib unfortunately looks like he got sub-pixeled there. The worst part about 7-1 is it's really not entirely in our hands. You can hit the pixel that you're supposed to hit, and if you have the wrong sub-pixel, you just don't get to play the game.
It's still faster to be doing it this long than to go into 7-1, though. I think that statement is becoming less and less true.
Yeah, this is quite unfortunate. On the other side, Cujo with a very nice 7-2. That P-speed strat there is quite tricky, and you basically have to have speed in order to jump over a pit that you're kind of intended to fall into and make all of these music blocks appear so you can actually get across. But that's really slow. Like you have to go through a whole underwater section. It's not pleasant. So we'll use a star here to build P-speed. See how it goes for Glib.
Yeah, start clearing out the early nipper, and if you get it fast enough, it takes out the second fire plant as well. Cujo skipping the one true worst level in the game in 7-4. Going into the fortress here.
Yep, a very nice 7-2 from Glib. Cujo moving into the fortress. Another kind of puzzle level. It's a very open, empty fortress. Excuse me. Almost said dungeon. I don't know why.
It's kind of a dungeon.
Yeah. And with only a Boom Boom and a Tanuki suit. So we just kind of use a P-Wing to fly up there. And if you look to your left, you'll see where Aweglib died in the 2017 SGDQ 2D Mario Relay.
Ooh.
As he makes it through 7-3. Cujo flying over 7-6.
7-6, a very unremarkable level if you have a P-Wing. You can clip it like 7-1, it's just harder to do. But much more interesting than any of this right now is 7-8 from Cujo here. Using that tail early on, really just to build up some P-speed and take an extra hit. And the rest of this stage is just a mess of Piranha Plants.
Takes a hit there,
Ooh.
but fortunately that little fire nipper didn't spit, so he was able to make it through without getting hit.
Shots actually not fired.
Cujo looks like he's going into 7-9, so there's 3 routes from here on out for the end of the run. There is the safest route, as it would probably be, is you do 7-9, you cloud 7-4-2, and you do 8-fort. Cujo making these clips look quite simple. Very nice clip.
Nice.
That one is probably the hardest one to do, just because where you want to jump is right over that open pit.
Getting that Fire Flower is a little interesting, actually. That tells me he's going into the fortress, isn't he?
Possibly.
Because otherwise, I would think just save that fire get for the airship. He's going to use his last cloud on 8-fort.
So yeah, Cujo is doing the fastest, but also the riskiest route, which is he's going to do both of the stages here and cloud 8 fort, which with perfect 7-9 clips, takes a hit, so he's not going to be able to fire kill Boom Boom. It's going to be a small time loss for him. But with like perfect 7-9 execution, saves about 15 seconds or so.
I think Glib got the last clip in 7-9 on the first try, at least.
Yeah, that
working
was
his way through here.
Cujo stopped to get the fires, so it's kind of hard to excuse me, it's kind of hard to kind of judge their 7-9s, but I think Glib made it through a little bit faster than Cujo, so might have gotten a little bit of time back on him. But just remember that Cujo does have an extra cloud on Glib, so he still has a pretty sizable lead right now. Although anything can happen. Although anything can happen still in World 8. As they move into the longest stage in the game, even longer than the World 4 airship, the World 7 airship. Even though it moves, I believe, at twice the speed of the World 4 airship, it is just so unnecessarily long that it edges out World 4 in time just a little bit.
First half, just a lot of torches, a couple of wrench dudes.
Yeah, you did see both of them moving those the spinners. They were actually able to despawn one of the flamethrowers that they were just kind of like. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they were just kind of like chilling on top of, where a flamethrower would normally be spitting out, and there was no flamethrower coming up and lighting them on fire. So doesn't really do anything, but it's something to do on the airship. And coming up here at the end of this airship, much like our boy Big Sexy Roy in World 5, Ludwig has been really working on his hairdo, though, and man, he has got some weight behind that hair, and whenever he lands, he slams the ground, and again, Mario gets stunned. So we're going to have to watch out for both of these runners, and hopefully neither one of them gets stun locked.
He really needs to use less product in that hair.
Yeah, very nice kill from Cujo. And looks like Glib makes it through just fine as well.
So Glib right here, but remember 8 Fortress, so that's something like 5 to 8 stages away. Cujo's not going to play that one.
Yeah, and so I guess to go back to that route, because I mean, unless you guys really like auto scrollers, because we got 2 more coming up for you. But to kind of like describe the route differences that Cujo and Glib are doing right now, it's imperative that after 8-1, Cujo doesn't lose this Fire Flower. Because Glib will have an extra backup Fire Flower in the fort, whereas with the route that Cujo is doing, the last Fire Flower in the game for him is 8-1. And it's very important that they keep the Fire Flower, keep a Fire Flower up to Bowser, as being able to kill him with fire is much faster than waiting for him to fall through the ground. Which is why, as I said before, the route that Cujo is doing, it does save the most time, but it is easily the riskiest of the 3.
You just don't want to make that jump at the end of 8-2 and have the sun decide, not today.
Yeah, there are setups to kind of lessen the effect of where the sun will be, but it's still not 100% in your hands, so... you will notice the runners here on this auto scroller doing a little bit of speed tech here, using all these bob-ombs to kill each other to cut down on lag. That section actually gets incredibly laggy because this, believe it or not, is an NES game. They pushed the NES hardware to its limits with this game, and yeah, that section there with all the bob-ombs and cannons going off can cause incredible amount of lag. Glib saving 2 seconds due to dumb luck alone, getting sockless. As you saw, that Boomerang Bro threw a boomerang for Cujo, but fortunately for Glib, he kind of came forward and held onto that boomerang just long enough for Glib to snipe him with a fireball. And since the treasure that you get at the end of each fight doesn't actually spawn until after all of the enemy projectiles are off the screen, if you kill him before he throws a boomerang, you'll save a little bit of time. It's about 2 seconds or so, I believe.
Something like that.
Yeah. Both runners moving on to the Navy. Don't listen
So many
to
people. Yeah, keep going.
Don't listen to Nintendo Power. That's chocolate milk. It's not the blood of Koopas. I don't know what they're talking about. It's completely chocolate milk. Just look at Glib's screen. Like
That's
totally...
worse than the blood of Koopas, though.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Chocolate milk is life.
Most people seem to think that swimming down there is an okay idea. I feel like a lot of races somebody asks, "Oh, why don't you go swim down the chocolate milk? Go down there." It's because you can't go in the pipe immediately, though, so not the best idea. Pretty easy to kind of fall off the bottom.
Yeah.
I saw Glib's boat swag. Didn't really
Cujo
catch Cujo's.
Cujo just blatantly thumbing his nose at boat swag. Let's see if that costs him here. And he gets grabbed by the first hand, although let's be honest, that was because Cab was here. Cab didn't leave in time. Both runners got first hand. So yeah, these are affectionately referred to as the hands. 3 optional stages. Unfortunately, the option is not ours. Oh yeah, we
Quick,
did.
put in your guesses really fast.
And every time you move over them, each one is basically a 50-50 chance of getting grabbed by one. Oh no, Glib.
Oh, Glib, why? And he skipped the second one, didn't he?
Yeah. It's calculated. That's still not faster, but I'm gonna go with it. He knew he was gonna get no hands after that. So both of them moving on to the Air Force,
Glib had a rare chance to have 4 hands.
the fastest moving auto scroller in the game. Moves at, I believe, twice the speed of the regular auto scrollers. You will notice that Cujo does have fire coming into this. Glib has a tail that he got from from completing the first hand. Oh, Glib. Okay, makes it a little awkward there. This stage can definitely be a little daunting.
The tail actually helps a little bit. Cujo's has to make these jumps and hope his fireballs connect. Hope they land before he does. All that other fun stuff about taking out the rocky wrenches. Glib can just wag his tail a couple of times. Take it casually. It's not like the screen's going to scroll any faster for him.
And if you look to your right, you'll see where Karua died in the 100% world record. Moving into 8-1, probably see Glib go for this Fire Flower here. And unfortunately takes a hit right after he gets it. And
that's not going to help.
Into a pit. You hate to see that happen.
It's not the strat.
All right, so it's very important at this point, though, now that Cujo has made it past 8-1. He can't lose this Fire Flower, otherwise it's going to be a major time loss. Very nice vertical section there from 8-2. Very nice 8-2 from Cujo. Really just kind of showing why he's the number 2 seed for a reason.
Third try is the charm for Glib. Gets past that brick.
And
doesn't get past the Paracupa.
Yeah, takes an unfortunate death from that Paracupa. Cujo moving into the last auto scroller in the game.
And he's going to use Glib's own strat against him here.
Yep, home of the world famous, patented, day 1 affiliate. Oof.
That's not part of the name.
Aweglib Super Tank Strat. We're adding to it. We add something new to it every single time. I don't know what you're talking about.
TM with a vengeance. 8-1 having the vengeance here, but Cujo showing off the interesting kind of quirk of this level. Usually in an auto scroller, you don't want anything to do with the forward edge of the screen. In this case, it's probably the safest place to stand most of the time. And especially if you just mash the B button, you will take out the rocky wrenches. You will kick and throw the tuba bomb cannons that you come across during the tank too.
All right, Glib unfortunately taking the sand of shame here.
Glib has had enough.
Yeah, which
I can't blame him.
I mean, he needs a power up at the end of going into the fort. So this is actually faster than trying to. Yeah, basically you have to. I believe it's faster. I'm not exactly sure, but you would have to reload, re-enter the first room of 8 Fort 1 twice. So very nice rest of the stage from him as Cujo is on to
getting the 5 up to make up for 8-1.
This fresh 5 up is brought to you. What is it brought to you by, Cab?
By the most electrifying clip in sports entertainment, as shown by Cujo.
Cujo moving into the last room before Bowser. Very nice P-Speed strat there. And now, the reason he wants to keep that fire the entire time, 35 fireballs on Bowser. Kind of showing off how wonderful Bowser's hitbox is. And a very nice fire kill from Cujo.
I can't believe that with all of the mishaps across this run, Cujo still has a 54.
Yeah, at a very nearly a 53 at that.
Blame the 2 hands.
Yeah, 2 hands, and that's a 53 with 3 deaths, I think? Is at least 2. But yeah, very nice run with an official SRL time of 54:08. Cujo IHSV has won the race. Glib moving into the last auto scroller before Bowser. showing off the world famous, patented, day one affiliate, Aweglib Super Tank Strat TM.
He didn't stomp that that bomb. I guess it's okay. It's his own strat.
All right, and we're gonna see if we can get Cujo in here for a an interview.
Glib just working his way through the super tank. Nothing to do here but watch the cannonballs. You could see him kind of kick that bomb off the screen really quickly there. Despawns it so you don't have to deal with it. Ooh.
All right, last boom boom of the game for Glib, and as we are joined by Cujo, congrats on your win.
Hey, thanks guys. That was a really stressful race.
Yeah, that was a pretty tight race. Until it was basically up until about 7-1 happened, and then like that was kind of when everything went off the rails.
Yeah, I feel like I got kind of lucky with 7-1. From the IRC chat, sounds like Glib didn't have so much luck.
Yeah,
You finished 7-2 before he got the clip, sadly.
Wow.
Yeah, and you guys were pretty tight coming out of the airship. Like you were only maybe 10 or 15 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
So
7-1 just really trolled Glib in this race. I think both of your controllers trolled you at various points during the race. Glib at least popping in to say, I pressed A.
yeah, you both had at least one death that I saw, where looked like your controller just did not want you to jump. So, but yeah, how did any thoughts on your run? Anything that really stands out to you?
Whole lot of setbacks in that one, but I don't know. As long as you know what the backups are, you can always recover. Well, not always, but for the most part. Usually when the Hammer Bro runs away in World 3, though, that's not so good. That kind of sucked.
Yeah, I saw that. Glib had a similar setup, but he fortunately got a little bit luckier, I guess. But yeah, looks like we are joined by the casual 57 man himself, Aweglib.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm not sure, Mike. I'm seeing him talk, but I'm not hearing anything.
Hey.
There you go. How's it going?
Sigh.
It's about right.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad that I lost, but I played horribly. I just played bad all around today. Just really bad, honestly.
I don't know. Really, everything looked actually pretty good up until 7-1. We had a really back and forth race. It was good.
Yeah, but I mean, not to knock Cujo, but I'm sure you weren't too pleased with your run either, at least early.
I mean, it could have been better. But
Yeah, I don't know. It made for a good race, luckily, but I really felt like I played even before losing my tail in 6-5 and dying a billion times in 8-1. Really didn't feel too thrilled about this run, honestly. But I mean, that's the way it goes. It's a tough game.
Yeah.
Impossible game sometimes.
death of the run was in 1-6 at the very beginning. I just sort of jumped on that first platform and then ran off the edge.
Oh,
Didn't do
jeez.
anything.
Yeah, I just had I guess my first two worlds, I didn't have anything really bad. It was just sloppy everywhere. And then just kind of everything fell apart in World 6.
And you both had one death in the sky in World 5. And I think
Yeah,
one
I
of you was
want
running
the
around.
record to be completely clear. I pressed A in 5-8. Mario decided that I didn't. So I'm putting that one on Mario. The other deaths I'll put on me, but that 5-8 death I'm putting on Mario.
It's fair. It's fair.
But yeah, GG Cujo.
GG,
Always
Glib.
fun to race you. It's always a good time.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was just both. It was a good race. What can I say? You're both just back and forth forever. It was good job, guys.
Yeah, that was a very entertaining race. You guys were obviously very evenly matched. I know Glib probably won't want to admit that, but you know.
Yeah.
So Cujo, you get the winner of Horstad and Lasso. So pretend Lasso's not here for a second. You looking forward to the next match?
Yeah. So how excited are you to play Horstad?
Don't sell yourself too short, man. It's going to be a good matchup, whoever it is. Horstad has been unbelievably consistent in this tournament. He's going to be a real challenge if I face him. Of course, Lasso has already beaten me in races before, so who's to say he couldn't do the same again?
In fairness, at SGDQ, there were extenuating circumstances during that race.
That was a really SGDQ race.
I'm glad I could claim the casual 57 in that race too.
Oh, man. And Glib, if seeding holds, you're getting one of 4 players, either Brosis 420, this Kurbosin, Zugman, or Outside Lutz.
Yeah, probably looking like Lutz, but you never know. There's some good runners in there.
And Lutz it looks like already got upset once here by Rupert. So
yeah, I mean, if it ends up being Lutz, it'd actually be the same 2 people I lost to in the last tournament. I lost to Lutz in the winner's bracket and Cujo in the loser's bracket. So I don't know. I was unable to get revenge this time, but maybe next time.
I believe in the dream.
okay,
But
I've got nothing else.
Yeah, I guess we can kind of plug our lovely friends here at Speed Gaming. If you guys are looking for more Mario 3 tonight, in about a little over 2 hours, there will be another race over on Speed Gaming 2. As we've already kind of alluded to, Horstad, our number 3 seed, against some monkey named Lasso. I don't know who that is, but
Lasso, do you have any words before you face Horse Knight tonight on Speed Gaming?
Yeah.
That's only one word.
Okay, that's all I got. So
That's fair. That's very fair.
but just kind of looking at the schedule here, there is trying to do time zone conversions here. Looks like going on right now on Speed Gaming 2 is Chrono Trigger. And then on Speed Gaming 3, looks like A Link to the Past randomizer. And then coming up at 9 Eastern, the A Link to the Past randomizer daily race, standard swordless, and another Mario 3 race on Speed Gaming. So.
All right, so I mean that's that. Shoutouts to everyone working behind the scenes at Speed Gaming, as always, for letting us, abuse their technology to have these wonderful tournament races.
Yeah, shout outs to Tech, Speed Gaming. This really wouldn't be possible without them. They do great work. Thanks again to our racers. GG to both of you guys.
Thanks for the commentators as well.
Yeah, thanks for calling it.
We don't do anything. We just sit here and you guys do things and I go, yo, or something like that.
Basically.
I saw one Bartolo Colon reference in chat, so that's good.
Shouts to Big Sexy.
But yeah, thank you to Mr. Cab for joining me in the booth. I do believe that is going to be it for us tonight.
Good
Thank
luck
you
in your
guys
race
so
tonight,
much.
Lazo.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you. I'm gonna end this and start practicing. We're gonna have a hyperbolic time chamber session here in a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks everybody for thanks Cab and the runners again for joining us, and shout outs to Tech. Hope you all have a great evening.
Rolling up.
Good night.
See you later, folks.